In this video, we'll be taking a look at the glue compressor by Cytomic. Modelled on a classic analog compressor, the glue excels at group compression. We'll take a look at how we can use it on a number of different bus groups and also explore some of the more advanced features on the compressor. So let's take a look at how we can use the glue compressor on this loop we have here to enhance the power and punch of the drums. Although it's perfect for compressing groups together, I'm going to look at how I can first compress this kick drum, as I've got two different kick drum sounds making up my kick. One with more click and more transient, one with a bit more body. I've got both these kick drums routed into one bus group here, and I've got an instance of the glue applied here, so I'm going to solo up this bus group. And let's take a look at some of the presets that we get in the glue compressor. We get a section dedicated to kick drums. Let's dial up one of these. Bring up the threshold to start applying a bit of compression. And we can very quickly A-B here. And instantly we've brought a lot more click and punch and transient to the kick. We could actually tweak the attack a little bit here. Back this off to let more of that transient through. With the release nice and tight, we're compressing the tail of the drum. We could limit the threshold to only be compressing by a couple of dB. Or we can use this quite intelligent range control. Limits the depth of the compression applied. And it's quite a useful addition or another option. Rather than using the mix control to dial in parallel compression, you can use the range control to limit the depth of compression. It's quite nice and powerful when you're working with transients. You can see we've enhanced quite a lot of punch with this kick drum. I'm just going to tweak the makeup gain so we're not adding too much gain to the signal. This kick drum is also routed now into my bus group, so let's solo the drums up. I also have an instance of the glue loaded on here. Let's try a bit of group compression now. Again, I could use a slower attack and a faster release. Limit the range control again. And bring a lot more energy to those drums. If we look at our multimeter, you can see a lot of energy on these drums is coming from the kick drum. If you want the glue to notice the low frequencies a little bit less, you can dial up the high pass control on the sidechain filter. Meaning it will respond less to the low frequencies contained within your kick drum for maybe a bit more of a smoother result. Now let's take a look at how we can use the glue to compress a series of vocal sounds. We've I've got this vocal group loaded here with a number of different vocal sounds loaded in and quite a large amount of dynamics. I'm going to dive into some of the presets again. Tweak the makeup gain as we've boosted quite a lot of the signal there. You noticed on this preset the peak clip is on. The peak clip is a fixed wave shaper and can be used to distort the signal, so proceed with caution using this control. Look, it can add a nice amount of warmth to the sound. Limit the range a little bit to tame some of the compression. And you noticed on this compression meter here, I'm only compressing the real peaks. Let's tighten up the attack. Compressing in this way is just compressing those peaks by between 8 and 4 dB mainly. Now we can use another compressor to smooth out the overall level. This time I can be a bit more forgiving with my attack and release times. Also, let's turn down the range control. It's definitely led to a smoother vocal sound, containing a warm and smooth sound that never sounds over-compressed. Now let's take a look at how we can use the external sidechain filter. If I look at my multimeter, a lot of the vocal energy is around the 1 to 2K area. I've also got this violin sound, which has a lot of energy in that same frequency range. This could lead to the frequencies of these two sounds clashing and potentially cause frequency masking. Let's load an instance of the glue onto this violin sound and use the external input on the sidechain filter and direct our sidechain to the bus, which is our vocal group. Now the compressor will respond to the signal on that bus. We can dial in some sidechain settings with a fast attack and release and bring up the threshold. Now we're using this instance of the glue to duck the violin sound when the vocals play. For a cleaner mix and a tighter mix in that 1 to 2K region, you can see the glue compressor is capable of a number of different types of compression, from kick drum compression for enhanced punch and transients, drum group compression, vocal group compression, and even using the sidechain filtering for cleaner mix downs.